Welcome back, everybody. This is Jason Yamamoto, and today we are going to go over natural body movements. Okay? Well, what I mean by going over natural body movements, we're going to go into restudying how your natural body movements will help you as an individual target the certain individual muscles that you want. Right? And here's a good example, okay? I got long arms, really long arms, right? So whenever I'm like doing bench press, I notice that I have to go a little bit further down than a lot of people do, right? So I've noticed that it was mostly working my arms. And I was trying to figure out how I can target my chest a lot better. And when I was in the mirror, right? When I was in the mirror, I was looking at myself. And I was like, I was doing the natural push movement. And I saw mostly my arm doing the work, right? It was mostly doing the work. So I was like, man, how can I target my chest better? Then I realized that I needed to increase the width or the distance, right? My hand on the bar on the distance, and move it further out instead of further in, or stay where that line is at. On the bench press bar, right? Or on the weightlifting bar, there's a little line. Well, I naturally put my hand where that line is at, just to give me a base where I thought that's where you're supposed to put your hands at, right? I just assumed. No one's really told me anything about this. So what I did, I was moved my hand further out than where that ring was at, or that line. And then next thing I knew, my chest was activated, right? I was using less triceps and more chest. And I definitely felt it right there on the pec minor and the pec major, right? Then I kind of started thinking about what other muscles I wanted to target. Then I was like, well, if I'm targeting my triceps at a closer distance, right? I started doing close hand bench press instead of skull crushers and tricep kickbacks. So instead, I stayed on the bench press, and all I did was line up on the weight, right? And then started doing the bench press from there, like as if I was doing like a diamond hand push-up. Then I was more intrigued how where hand placement was were at when you were doing your exercises, right? So I was looking at, well, how can I target my lats better? My back, right? How can I target my lower back better? And I was looking at my bent over rows, right? If you go back into my older videos, I'm slightly bent over. I was taking the advice from other people, because people was telling me, well, my form wasn't good on my bent over row, right? And the whole time I was pulling the bar where everybody said to pull, right up to your belly button. And I was like, okay, well, I'll try that. But I didn't feel anything. I felt like I felt more of my lower lats doing the work than my entire back was doing, right? So what I did was I took the time to actually stay bent over row, or actually bent over, and I pulled back without no weights, right? And squeezed. I squeezed my back, right, to see how it was actually being targeted, right? So I squeezed, and next thing I knew, that's where I knew where to pull. If you look at this clip right here, the form may not look like how you think it may look, but I was feeling it right there on my entire back. I was looking for that squeeze, and I kept it light. So just that way my form looked good. All right. And also my pull-ups. You saw when I was doing the rings, right? I felt those pull-ups a lot better than the ones on the straight bar. I'm not saying that straight bars aren't as effective, but the rings definitely gave it a better emphasis on the contraction, right? It gave it more of a more natural movement. And also hanging leg lifts, right? Hanging leg lifts definitely has a better natural movement when it comes to targeting those abs, right? I'm not saying it's natural to do leg lifts, but definitely it gave me a better contraction than most ab exercises. And also ab row, right here at the ab row, I definitely felt a more natural movement with that one. It's like a crunch and a leg lift at the same time, right? I don't know, you gotta try that out. But anyways, going over my philosophy on natural body movement, you're gonna have to take the time to study how your body is naturally moving to see how you're targeting those certain areas of muscles that you want, right? Like, don't get trapped saying this is the only exercise that's attacking those muscles. Try and restudy your natural body movements. Alright, guys? It's your boy Jason Yamamoto, and I will talk to you guys later. Breathe.